Hey guys, I just wanted to make a video, show everybody how I actually made the like a little behind scenes and show you some of the stuff I used when I made the Pac-Man video for the DMX skit, the Pac-Man skit on Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. I actually heard the song, I heard the skit a long time ago when I was younger. I always had pictured a funny, comical way of going about it because I'm pretty sure it was pretty serious. But I always pictured the video in my head and just thought it would be funny instead of a friend probably who lived or someone who lived in the neighborhood named Pac-Man. I decided to put an actual Pac-Man being the drug dealer, and it was always an idea I had, but had never been able to do it. So once I actually learned how to use more 3D programs, I was able to put it together, and you guys saw the video. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to you and show you some of the stuff I use. One of the programs I used is Poser Pro, the game developer version, and I'm just gonna show you some of the views and the characters I was using. I didn't really just create like dozens of things. I normally just restarted the program, and did it again. And here you have some of the characters standing here. This is like Pac-Man's bodyguard. He was actually just Marcus. This is one of the new poser characters. I didn't even. I just actually just picked the black guy one and put a hat on him that I got from Liquid Squid and Rendossery.com. Just very basic stuff. I put a little smiley face to kind of show that he was from Pac-Man's gang. And here you have the star of the show. You would call him Pac-Man. He's still got the orange on that I had him wear from when he was supposed to be in prison. He's supposed to look like that. And how I got Pac-Man's mouth to move, I actually had taken him into Unity and Maya, I'm sorry, and tried to get him to open up in Maya to make him use, but I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't get the program together. So what I did was I actually created a small, very primitive mouth and just had it moving up and down instead of actually to simulate when Pac-Man was talking. So that's how I did that, and I got the Pac-Man model from one of those 3D websites like Liquid Squid. I got a lot of stuff from Liquid Squid, and I got the Pac-Man model. I downloaded him. I had to rig him so he could move his arms up and down. Let's show you some of that now. So I had to rig him so he can move his arms up and down, so he would look more lifelike. I was going to just have him standing still, but yeah, I had to move his arm like that. To get Pac-Man to do a more of an angry face, I actually had to that's literally just a texture I made with just a black line going across it and his mouth. I actually made the mouth just coloring it in so he had a mouth. And so when I moved the cylinder, you can kind of see his mouth look like he's talking, la 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 la. And so that's how I got the Pac-Man character to do, to become more in scene and angry and looking like he's not willing to give up his spot. It's really just Simon. It's actually Simon from Poser 7. He's actually just him. And what I did with him was I put a hood. I gave him a normal shirt that Simon wears and painted it black. Or put the material and texture as black. And all I did was put a hood on him so it made it look like he was wearing a hood. It actually I have to go all the way up to like, and then I got the clothing to match it to his head, so he looks more like that. I gave him some lines in his hair to make him look more like a gangster, and I gave him a cigarette, which is really just a cylinder just put in his mouth and parented it to his face. I never changed his eyes from even blue. I just realizing that myself now. So I guess he was a black guy with blue eyes. And it really came out nice. His Sender's the main character. Let me just turn his body around. Who actually had most of the words with Pac-Man. I actually bought him. I can't remember the name of the developer I bought him from, who actually had made him. He's a pretty good character. I think I'll probably use him in the Mickey one that I make. And yeah, he's basically I have to do some more work on him. I just put him roughly rigged him together so I can make a real quick video. I'll probably get him better so he can move more fluently. But he's basically just the angry gangster guy, and I I got him from Thing. I had to rig him. He can move pretty, so he can move more fluently in the videos and talk and go with and get mad at Pac-Man for trying to take his turf. And so that's basically how he is. He's just that guy. So I would make a video, take it out, and let me just show I was using Sony Vegas. And there you have me saying R.I.P. to Monty. He was a big inspiration to me when I was to make movies. And so I will make this scene like I will make this scene when he walked down the steps. So I have the character walking down the steps here. As you can see, he's actually in the video doing that. Those are the steps I have him walking down. And he's there, he's talked to the other guy. That other character, I have him disappeared. And then Simon will walk up, talking, spinning. And that's when basically the scene starts. Zoom in with the Pac-Man scene and the wall, the spray paint wall. That's actually just, all that is just I went into paint and I literally just created a picture of paint with and drew Pac-Man on it, and then the poser just repeated it on the wall. So that's all that was. That wasn't even, that was very quick thinking on my part. And then I just have them talking to each other, all three of them. I didn't bring the other character into like the confrontation where they had with Pac-Man because I didn't rig him, so he was literally stomp. I don't know if you noticed it, but he didn't move very much in any of the scenes because I didn't rig him. He was literally just a standing character. You can see him right there. He's just leaning back because he can't move. And I have him move like very slightly, like his head will move and stuff. But he played off very well, like he could move, but he couldn't. And there you have him talking, and Pac-Man sees him, tells around, and the main character just walks up to him. And basically, it was just very simple stuff. It was basically what you would call camera tricking. I didn't really do as much as I was supposed to do. So what I did was found ways to go around it. Like I was supposed to have his whole body turned that way, but I just moved his hand. And then instead of having the Pac-Man bodyguard walk over there, I just have the next scene of him standing over there. And then Pac-Man will be arguing. And the hands of Pac-Man's hands, that was actually when I made Pac-Man's mouth. It overlaid into his fingers. I was kind of mad about it, but those also gave Pac-Man look like he just murdered somebody or he did something really violent. So it gave like he still had blood in his hands. So I actually left it. And this scene right here, this I couldn't get this to work fluently as I wanted. The frame rate was done because he was basically saying, "You can't get it here, baby," and it wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be, so I just left it alone. I mean, I could have went back and fixed it, but time was of the essence. I was getting caught up in too many other things, so I just left it the way it was. And here, this is actually a still shot. This is actually a still shot, and I just had the camera moving across because I didn't want to recapture it because I didn't have another scene. And this is when the main character is basically talking to Pac-Man again. And then this is when he asks him, how does he know he's from New York? And then Pac-Man says, you smell like you're from New York. Oops, I was just going to play that. Yes. And then I just have Pac-Man's head show up next to him. Let me see if I can get that to play. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Yeah, I just have Pac-Man's head show up next to him. This is actually a very primitive Pac-Man. You can tell it's all rigged. It's still got all those squares, and this is a very primitive Pac-Man. I just imported an object into Poser and put it next to him because I didn't want to actually move Pac-Man. And then, so then this is a scene. What I did was this one. The background isn't even there. It's literally what you call a PNG image. So I could put my own background in the background. So I actually had Pac-Man in orange. That's where you saw him in the beginning of this video, where I had Pac-Man in orange in the Poser one. And I make it seem like he's in his orange jumpsuit. And I bring the bar style to simulate like Pac-Man's in jail. He lifts his hands up. He's supposed to be leaning up against the poles. I don't know if it gave that impression that like showed like some big guy in jail that probably sexually assaulted Pac-Man, made him the angry guy that he is. This is another still shot down. I don't know if anyone could tell, but these two aren't moving at all in this picture. But I just wanted to show how Pac-Man, he was standing closer to each other. And then, so this is a nice scene. I really like this picture because it got to show the chain in this scene. I really like that one. I really liked how that one came out and how it showed like a pool and it was talking. And right here, I have Pac-Man. His family was here. I just got pictures of Pac-Man's family just showing up in the photo as he says them, and everybody being all of the ghosts that work with Pac-Man in the video game Pac-Man games. And so that's when the main characters tell him, you get to go up and be born and raised up the street. And then Pac-Man, right here, Pac-Man's not closing his eyes. I actually just put, I textured over his eyes and made them yellow. So Pac-Man can look like he was closing his eyes, but he really wasn't. Top ship, how Pac-Man really didn't care. And this was the scene where I have like Pac-Man's bodyguard, the main character, getting more agitated, and he leans in, and then I should make the scene so it's closer, and he asks Pac-Man, "What do you mean?" And Pac-Man tells him, "What do you mean?" And I just basically Pac-Man wasn't even talking there. I just actually had him bounce up and down. I just moved the character. I actually just moved the character up and down. That's all I was doing. I wasn't moving his mouth at that time, but I was trying to make it seem like he was talking. He was still mad, and he was, even though he was shorter than him, I wanted to make it seem like he was still talking, even though you couldn't see his mouth anymore. I just gave him that vibe where it's just bouncing up and down, and then that's when he tells him, "Do you know what I mean?" or "You're going to find out what I mean." That's when I show him the gun. The gun's actually not even in his pocket. I don't know if I can zoom in here. I can't. But the gun's not even in his pants. I just actually like morphed it on next to him and moved his hand to it. That's to just show that he was putting his hand to the gun. And the next scene, you can see the main character Simon in the background, looking side to side. And you probably didn't even catch it because the gun takes your attention. But Simon's looking side to side as he look out, and then the shot goes off. The gunshot's actually in the gunshot is actually, let me see if I can just move this. Yeah, the gunshot is actually from I made that inside of this is Adobe Effects. I made that and just applied it on top of it. I applied what's it called, a gun explosion. I mean a muzzle fire on top of a black background. And I made it go black first, so it's as if you was looking through Pac-Man's eyes, and time the gunshot went off, you would So it's really good. I actually wanted to make it look more realistic, and you see the flame. Next shot is black, and then you still see the flame. So it gives that effect, and then you see smoke. It's a really good special effect. I got it from Action Essentials, so you can check them out. And then I have Pac-Man laying on the ground. Again, the eyes, I actually had made an eye, this is all just me fooling around with paint. I actually made his eye. I actually put an X for his eye, like you would see in the cartoons or something. And then I have Pac-Man hit the ground and the sound effects. So I had a lot of fun just making it. I was laughing the whole time. I was laughing while I was making it because there's just seeing the scenes where it's so serious and it's supposed to be. Where's the Pac-Man folder? Let's see, it's good alphabetically. Poser, Pac-Man. There we go. It's supposed to be so serious, and all I had doing is I was just cracking jokes the whole time with myself, just laughing and giggling when I see things that I had thought in my head. I basically see Pac-Man laying on the ground, bam, and in the background you see thing. And that's when he just says the logo or the catchphrase for Rough Riders is "Ride or Die," and I have him walk off. And I actually put that picture on his back with the texture again. That's not really what his back looks like. I literally just made that with the texture. It's just a picture that I put on his back to kind of make it look like he was he was wearing it. But if you watch the video again, you would see that texture already shows up at the end. I thought it gave it more of a how not serious it really was feel to it. I wasn't really trying to be like rah rah rah, but yeah, it was basically just simple stuff, man. It just wasn't grade A, master grade, but I just wanted to do it to make it fun. I was just trying to have fun, and this is basically just showing Pac-Man died in '98, because that's when the DMX CD came out, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. So it kind of shows like, yeah, that's when he died. Was when the CD came out. That's how he got killed. And just the credits after that, everybody, and I'm glad, and I showed that I'm making Mickey will be coming soon. I'm making the Mickey one. If you know anything about DMX and his CDs, because that's another one I also thought of. And so yeah, that's just about it. I mean, it's very simple stuff, guys. And I'm here if you need any help with Poser, Maya, Adobe After Effects, or Vegas. If you need any help, you want any advice, or you just want to talk about anything, I'm always open ears, and I guess I'll just talk to you later. Okay, have it easy.